Good morning. Ooh, my apron. Better. All right, I've adjusted the straps. All right, good morning, everybody. This is Good Time Gal. I hope everybody is having an awesome Monday. Right? I hate Mondays. I do, but I love to cook for you. So we're going to do that. I think that is the most important thing that we do is cook, right? Cooking brings us together. Cooking is wonderful. So the last time I was on my live, which was Friday, we made a pineapple upside down cake. And I put that on my TikTok so you guys could see the end result. And it came out wonderfully. And it's all gone. I made it, and then a friend came over and was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you liked pineapple upside down cake. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I made it. And then she had a piece, and then my daughter came over, and then she was like, what is this? And I was like, it's a pineapple. And then that's usually how these bakes go. So don't worry, the food is being eaten. So now we did the pineapple upside down cake because I really loved the take on that. But we're going to go back into what I told you guys was my secret. And I've been holding on to this secret for a really long time. Hi. I've been holding on to this secret for so long that I don't know what to do. Thank you, Kusam. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. And I want to tell you guys this secret, okay? And it's near to my heart. Hi, Arturo from California. Keep your head up. We're all praying for you. Speaking of that, Planet Fitness, if you are needing a place to shower, they are holding that in the local California areas. Snoop Dogg is also, he has a drive going on until tomorrow. Okay. So if you're in the California area and you would like to donate, or if you are in need of donations, Snoop Dogg does have that. That is on my other account. I will post it here, or you can just go to Snoop Dogg's account and you'll see his notage. And then the same with Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, again, if you are displaced and you need a place to stay, they will be more than happy to go ahead and let you shower, as well as, just let you recharge. I know we are all coming together, and I'm so proud of us as a community that we are coming together, and we're here for you, right? We're going to be here for everybody. And this is one of these times where if my grandmother was alive and if I lived closer to my mom, we would bake something and we would talk about how we would be able to further help people in California. I have donated quite a lot of clothing items, and I have family who live in California. So I have been keeping in touch with them to make sure that they are okay. So number one thing is I want everybody to feel safe and okay. And I know we've got a long way to go. So we just need to keep encouraging each other. This is why I said before with Christmas, Thanksgiving, don't worry about the people who don't like you. Keep all your energy so that you can fight the next fight. And this is our next fight. Our next fight is showing up for one another in a way that is positive and contributory. Right? We're making memories for each other. And I know we could say, well, she's in a fire. What kind of memory is that? It's probably an awful memory, but she'll probably say, I'm so happy somebody donated something. And that made it a little less hard. All right. So thank you, Arturo, for letting me go on that tangent, which was not what I had planned. But I want to talk about my secret. So this is my secret. I am a chef. I have placed 5th in the Carla Hall favorite chef cooking competition in 2023. Yay for me. And then this past year I came in 10th place. And because of that, I went ahead and I have written a total of 8 cookbooks. Good Time Gal cookbook is available in my shop, as well as Good Time for the Holidays 2024, which is a holiday cookbook. Both are wonderful cookbooks that are equitably priced, and they have affordable recipes. You can make a dish under $20 in each one. So it's a really great value, right? So the reason that I do Bisquick is because I don't think people realize how useful and diverse and versatile Bisquick is, right? So if you look, it's got pancakes, waffles, and that's usually what people think of Bisquick. They're like, it's just pancakes and waffles, girl. It's not that serious. But, y'all, I'm here to tell you, Bisquick is like a Southern cook's secret weapon sometimes. I have made an apple cobbler with Bisquick. Super fast, super easy. Those Red Lobster biscuits that we like so much, but we don't want to go to Red Lobster. Bisquick. Those sausage balls I made, I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday. It was Bisquick. So the beauty of Bisquick is you can make all of these wonderful things. And I think, yeah, there's a hamburger pie, there's dumplings. Bisquick is a versatile recipe. It's a versatile ingredient because it is made for people who may not have a lot, but they like to make a lot. And I think that's the whole point of this, is we should always be grateful for what we have, right? And if that means that we are grateful for a box of Bisquick, if we have eggs, milk, cheese, we can do what we need to do. We can make pancakes, we can make biscuits, we can make a shortcake. And that's also what food equity is about. Food equity is always about making sure that we use and we utilize every single ingredient that we have, no matter what, right? And we're able to make a delicious meal, we're able to make an edible meal, and we're able to come together and have a good time, right? Hi. So that's what this is about. So today, since we have already did the sausage cheese balls, since we've already did our apple cobbler, we did an apple cobbler instead of a peach cobbler, we're gonna go ahead and make those Red Lobster biscuits today. Yup. But I like to do them a different way. Red Lobster uses cheddar. I like to use jalapeno. I like to use some spicy cheese because I like to have that Tex-Mex flavor because, again, I'm from the South and us Southern girls love spicy food, right? We love a little spice in our life. So if you're wondering how are we going to make these, the ingredient is on the back. And I want to point out, this is a 3-ingredient recipe. So this is not a hard thing to do. If you cannot do this, there's something wrong with you. No. So this is going to make us 8 biscuits. We're going to need 2 cups of Bisquick. Your girl got that. We're going to need 2/3 cups of milk. We got that. We're going to need a tablespoon of vegetable oil. We got that. And that's it. But since I am making these, like I said, this is me as a chef doing what I like to do. I am adding my cheese, my spicy cheese. I also sprinkled a little sweet basil because I like to have a sweet spice, right? And this is fresh basil as well. And then once they are done, I'm going to, I already have a little butter wash that I've already made that's got a little garlic, it's got a little sweet basil, it's got parsley in it as well. And then I'm gonna dust it with a little garlic powder because garlic powder always, for me, it heightens up the taste of the pepper jack cheese. Yeah. So there's only one thing that's left to do, y'all. And you know what that is? It's time to bake. So let's see if I have any bowls left to bake with. Do we have any bowls? We do. We've got a bowl. So now the recipe is super easy. Now I've given you all the ingredients, so there's nothing else left to do, right? The next step that we're doing is super easy. So I'm just going to dump this in here. So Bisquick mix. I'm going to do the oil. And then the milk. All right, and then I'm going to preheat my oven to 450. So now that I have done this, I'm going to take my spatula and I'm just going to mix it. I don't want to use a beater for this. I want to use a spatula. And this is just going to turn into a dough. It did. So the very last thing that I want to do is I'm going to add my cheese now. And now that I've added the cheese, I want to make sure I get all of it because I really like this cheese. So now I'm doing something where I cut it into the dough, which is where I just kind of use this as a knife and I just press it. So then the cheese wraps around the dough, right? That's it. And now that I've done that, I am going to use this pan or this sheet. We're almost done. You see how fast this went? Didn't take long, did it? Nope. And that's like the beauty of this. A lot of these Bisquick recipes, they don't take long. They're fast, they're easy, they're delicious. And you know what people are going to say to you? They're going to be like, oh my God, you know how to cook. That's really all you want. You just want somebody to say you're a good cook, right? So this is a really, really good thing, right? And let me get my brush. This will be for later, but this is the brush I'm going to use for the butter. And I like to use a teaspoon. This says it makes 8. So we're going to make 8. And now that I've made 8, they don't have to be perfect, but you kind of want them to be the same size. So when they cook, one isn't burnt, right? And we've also put cheese in it. So you really want to make sure that they are at least similar in size. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna add a little extra. This is me. You don't have to do this, but I'm using white pepper, okay? White pepper is spicier than black pepper. Yes. So I don't need to use a lot of white pepper, but I wanna use enough, right? I wanna use enough. So I'm just gonna, I like to sprinkle up high, right? So I'm just gonna, and the reason I sprinkle up high is it's an even distribution, right? If you sprinkle low, you just hitting, it's awful. It's awful. All right, so now the fresh sweet basil that we were talking about, I'm almost out because that's how much I love it. I'm going to put some in my hand, and then I'm going to do the same thing where I just sprinkle on top. Remember that lovely butter spread we were talking about? I am going to use it, but I'm not going to use all of it, right? I'm only going to use it now, and then I'm going to put this in the oven, and then when it gets out, I'll do it again. And we'll wait for the bake, right? You guys like to see what it looks like. So we're going to do it. We'll see. There it is. So let me do a close-up shot so you know it's real. See that? They're perfect. Perfectly glazed. So now we're going to put these in the oven for 12 minutes. And then they will be done. Okay? While we wait, I think we need to have a discussion. I was watching some TikTok videos, and I saw this controversy about Meg the Stallion. I'll point out, I don't even like drama like that, but I just found it very interesting that I am 43 years old, okay? I went to an all-white school. Hi, Dika. And I was bullied. I went to an all-white school. Out of 700 people in my class, I was the only African American. I was called the N-word at least twice a week. I was asked if I have a tail. So, yes. So by the end of my high school, people would be like, what do you want to do with your life? I was like, I want to get away from you people. So I remember going to that all-white school and feeling like I was never enough. Okay? I remember there was a crush that I had on a white guy, and he had a crush on me. It was very obvious. And when it was time for us to go to the dance together, he had me all hyped up about it. Yeah, we're going to go to this dance, and you're going to have a great time, and blah, 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 blah. And then he said, but I can't be with you because you're black. Yeah. So the things that I'm hearing with Meg the Stallion, these 3 white girls on a podcast just being weird, is exactly what I have experienced in the 90s. And it makes me realize that we all are still living the same playbook. The fact that she was like, what's his type? As a human being, I think his type is just a person who understands him and gets him. And I think that's everybody. But I say that to say that macroaggressions happen. And as a minority, you just have to be ready for stuff like that. And you just have to kind of let it go. Now that I am where I am right now, I have a lot of people from high school who feel badly for the things that they have said or done. And I have to let that go. Because, you know, for me, if I held on to every time someone called me the N-word, to every time I had someone prejudge me, like when I have dated people outside of my race, it's like, oh, well, he's dating you because you probably are a Hellcat in the sack. Yeah. And she's dating you because you have money. When in reality, I was the one who had money and he was a Hellcat. You know what I mean? So I think it's really important that we don't misjudge people. When we misjudge people, we miss out on so many wonderful things. I think my past career, I was misjudged. I think people just saw what they thought they wanted to see. And I did such a really good job of protecting my private life People were blinded by the light. Yes, that stuff. And me, coming into my own, being a chef, I think it's woken people up to people can be more than what you think that they are. And I say that to say Meg Thee Stallion is a 3-time Grammy winner person. Just because she doesn't look like what you think she needs to look like or date who you think she should be dating doesn't take away from the fact that she's a wonderful woman regardless of race. So in 2025, I would really like for all of us to really remember our places in the world. If you are a white person, you need to remember your place in the world. It's not downgrading other minority groups. If you're a minority group, your place in the world is to shine your light as bright as you can so that other minorities of your kind can find you, right? That's our number one goal. Our goal should never be to tear down. Our goal should never be about a gain, because when you are greedy, you'll never be satisfied ever, right? That's like something Bob Marley says about people who love money. People who love money can never be satisfied because numbers are infinite. You'll never have enough. You get $1 million. Oh, I need $2 million. Oh, I need $3 million. Oh, I need 4. It'll never be enough. So you have to know you are enough, just as you are. That's it. You're enough, right? So I don't know. I don't really use TikTok except for this, when I talk to you guys about food equity and things like that. So when I see people targeting other people, it's it's so high school. Like I said, I'm 43. I went through that when I was 18. So to see that it's still the same playbook, it's very, it's tired. Okay? It's tired. I'm tired. Ain't you tired? There's enough NBA players to go around, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Guys are like buses. They come every 15 minutes, and what one won't do, there are 4 more who will. My grandmother told me that. And she was 90 years old. So that's something that I think we all need to remember. And even Meg says it. Like, we're treating guys like they're the last supper we're going to have when we're on death row, when we should be looking at people, especially men, like a charcuterie board. Just a little here, a little there. Tastes good, tastes all right. Keep eating, keep moving on. But we shouldn't be so desperate that we start mudslinging at each other. We start race baiting each other. Because racism, honey, it's tired. Is that all you got? Your mama was saying racist stuff in the 60s. It's 2025. At least talk about my economic social standing. You know what I mean? Like, at least talk about my enlightenment. But racism, that's all you got? Okay, girl. Like, that's what that feels like. So I just, I think it's really important that we as a community continue to lift each other up, especially in this time. Like, I hate that we are talking about this instead of talking about people who've lost their homes. We're not talking about the fact that people, a lot of great chefs are helping in Los Angeles with the fires. We are all stuck on 3 bitter people who should not be bitter because you got paid to do the job. Now that the job is done, get your clothes and go, right? Yes, I know I said that out loud, but it's true. All right, so what else? What else have I seen on TikTok that has blown my mind? You know what? Nothing. I love TikTok. I know it's saying that we are no longer going to have it in the United States, but if you have the app on your phone, all that means is there won't be any more updates, okay? Doesn't mean that when you open your phone, it's gone. What that means is there won't be any more updates if they do not pass this law. I believe they will, because we've been playing this game with TikTok for a very long time. And I think it's a really wonderful way to drive engagement, right? If you think the app is dying, then we'll all keep pushing it. Just like when we did Twitter, when they had those stories that disappeared and everybody was like, oh, this is the last day. And they were like, oh, we're keeping it for another couple months. So when they actually do it, just remember that you will you will be okay, right? We're gonna move on somewhere else, and hopefully we won't. Hopefully we'll get to continue to make a really great community like we have with TikTok. We have a couple more minutes. I think we have 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. Yes, this is what you guys have left me with. Like, I gotta wait on these biscuits to show you guys. But no, so then let's talk about the cookbooks. So if you noticed in this live, in my shop, I have 3 books. I have a self-love journal. I believe everybody, male or female, should believe in self-love. And journaling is a really great way to get those emotions out and to be able to move forward. People always ask me, how did I level up? How did I level up? And a big thing that helped me level up was learning to love myself, learning to say things like you're worthy of these gifts, you're worthy, let your light shine, be bold, be brave, be strong, like, the stuff, right? And I know it sounds cheesy and cheap, but it's true. If you love yourself, you be yourself, it happens. Like I just told you guys an awful story, right? I dealt with racism my entire life. I was called a monkey, where's your tail? You're cute for a black girl, but I can't date you. Yeah. So all of that, even though I am a duck and I'm quacktastic and I let it roll off my back, it's still stuck with me, right? You still are going to have a little residue that sticks. So it took me to just be able to have a moment of clarity and peace and be like, you know what? I need to stop looking for outward approval, outward validation, and look for that validation within. And that was a big game changer once I stopped trying to give, because this is the thing, I'm a Cancer. And if you Google Cancer, we are the most loving in the deck. We give the best love. We're the best nurturers. We're the best cooks. We're the best. So I was too busy trying to give it. Here's my love. Here's my love. Here it is. You want this love? Come and get your love. Right? Nobody wanted it. It's not good enough. I don't like the way you look. You don't got enough money. You're not enough. So it just hit me one day and I was like, what if I just pour all this love into myself? Like all the love that I'm trying to give all these people who don't want it, what if I just give it to myself? And I did that, and here we are today, right? Live on TikTok, selling these wonderful cookbooks, teaching food equity, showing you guys how to love yourselves in return through a trade, through a hobby, because that's what self-love can do for us. Self-love can open doors and it can close windows to the past. That is the beauty of it all, right? So that's that. The other book is my Good Time Gal cooking cookbook. And I think we're going to beep in a minute. This cookbook was a consolation prize that I wrote for my fans when I came in 5th place because they were ready to riot. They were like, you didn't win. I was like, no, I didn't. But there's a cookbook. And they loved it. And everybody who has used this cookbook loves it as well. These recipes in here are recipes that have been in my family for generations. My dad's Jack mackerel patties are in here. My mother's famous punch bowl cake is in here. My pina colada cake. You heard that. Pina colada. Exactly like it says. Cake. It's in here. So many wonderful recipes are in here that resonate with me as well as my love for cooking. And I wanted to share it with you all. Boom. You're welcome. Let's do it. Let's see what we got. I'll put these there. Be right back. Yo. They came out perfect. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can you woo, woo, woo? All right. So now that they're... I'm going to get my plate ready. But now that they are like this. Remember, we have our butter mixture. We still got our butter mixture. So I'm going to take this. Put more butter on top. These came out perfect. They're so pretty. and I'm just dolloping it. And this is the beauty with this. The more butter you use, all it's going to do is just seep into the bread and give it a little more flavor. So you're not really going to hurt it. And it's not going to be soggy because of the texture that we made, right? So I'm going to add. Ooh, these are pretty. My greasy self ready to eat. I'm ready to eat. Are we gonna eat that? Is we gonna have that? We gonna eat it. Is we gonna eat that? So now I'm just gonna plate these so you see how beautiful they came out, okay? So now look at that golden beauty. Ooh, honey. And that little brown. Ooh, it's gonna be right, honey. These gonna be delicious. Gonna keep going. And then I'm gonna move this over. And bend this down. Yes, 8 perfect red lobster biscuits. And notice how the cheese is just beautifully brown and caramelized. It's perfect. This one's perfect. Yep, see a little cheese clumps in it. Let's open one up. All right. You ain't gotta ask me twice. All right, so I want to open this one up. So they're hot, so I'm trying to be very mindful I don't burn myself. But that is very hard to do in a kitchen. Ooh, honey, they're gooey. Yes, perfect. Ooh, get you some of that. It's falling apart. That's right. Oh, that's right. You want a bite? No, you don't. You don't want no bite. You want a bite? Do you want a bite? It's good. It's good. I didn't use too much garlic. It's fluffy enough. And the white pepper is perfect. It's a right blend. It's a good blend. It's a good blend. I'm okay. I'm okay with this. This is delicious. Yeah, why didn't y'all tell me I was this good of a cook? But no, these are it. Now I put 13 minutes, and I'll tell you this. I have a gas stove. So maybe the next time I do it, because I like my bottoms to look like this, right? I like a nice hard bottom, but some people don't. So if you don't want your bottom to look like that and you want it a little more brown, instead of 13 minutes, set it for 8. And then if it's still golden like this, you take it out. If you're using a gas stove. Remember, I always tell you, a gas stove cooks differently than a electric stove, right? Because a gas stove, it's just all heat. An electric stove, it kind of takes time. But no, these are really good. I'm about to turn this camera off and get it. No, I'm not. But no. Definitely a really good side. Like if you want to do a Mexican food night and you like to use the jalapeno cheese, these are the ones to go with. Well, I didn't need to talk about my holiday cookbook, did I? But it's okay, because you know what? we did this bake together. And I want to thank you guys so much. Every morning we get on here and we laugh and we talk and we just have such a great time. Please feel free to give me a like, hearts, gifts. Add me on TikTok or find me on those other places. You know the places. I can't say. But I would really love it. And I always love it. I welcome new followers. I welcome everybody. So please remember, these books are on sale on TikTok. They are other places. But the sale that we're looking for, it's here. And I also want to say I am offering, when you purchase one of these from TikTok, I give you my seasoning line. That's right, your girl has a seasoning line. So that's what I want to say, okay? I'm not gonna hold you. It's Monday. You're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be working and you're on a live. All right, you guys, I want you to have a wonderful day, okay?